Welcome to the studio at That Nerd Show. I'm Marcus Blake, and this is your daily nerd news for Friday, January 24th, 2020. Our top story of the day. The Obi-Wan Kenobi series at Disney Plus has officially been put on hold as calls go out for new scripts. Ewan McGregor and director Deborah Chow still remain attached to the Disney Plus project, but it has been put on hold. The series will center on Obi-Wan Kenobi and his time in between Episode 3 and Episode 4. But it has been put on hold as the companies attempt a retooling, according to sources. The effort, in which Ewan McGregor is set to reprise the role of the famed Jedi Knight, was in the throes of pre-production. The project had Hussein Amini writing and director Deborah Chow, who became the first ever female Star Wars director thanks to her work on Disney Plus's buzzy series The Mandalorian. Sources say that the show was even screen testing actors opposite Ewan McGregor. Sources also say that the scripts, only 2 were written, and a story became an issue, that the entire package had been jettisoned. Lucasfilm is now on the hunt for a new writer to pen the series, and at the same time, sources say that the project is being reconfigured from 6 episodes down to 4. It is unclear when the show will ramp up again, although insiders stress that McGregor remains attached to Star and Chow remains on as the director. Disney had no comment. The development follows social media rumors a week ago that the series had been officially canceled, and we want to let everybody know that those were just rumors. The show has just been put on hold. It has not officially been canceled. It is unclear why the scripts became an issue so late in the process. One source said that the Kenobi story trotted similar ground as the Mandalorian, seeing the Jedi Master lending a protective hand to a young Luke and possibly even a young Leia, perhaps mirroring how the Mandalorian took Baby Yoda under his protective custody. Last August, McGregor surprised Star Wars fans by walking out on stage at Disney 23 to confirm that he would be playing Kenobi once more. The actor had flirted for years with a return to the character after last playing the role in 2005's Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. In 2017, the news broke that Disney and Lucasfilm were developing a spin-off to be directed by Oscar winner Stephen Daldry, but those plans were scrapped after the poor performance of another standalone movie, Solo: A Star Wars Story, which grossed only $392 million worldwide. It is shocking with the Obi-Wan news, but again, it's only been put on hold and has not been officially canceled. As more news comes out about this show, we will definitely let you know, but we look forward to seeing when it is ramped up again and when we officially have a premiere date. In other news, Katey Sagal will be returning to ABC in the Erin Brockovich drama from the bosses over the Grey's Anatomy TV show. It was put in development in October with a sizable pilot commitment. The show is titled Rebel. Rebel is inspired by the real-life Erin Brockovich today. The project revolves around Annie Rebel Bello, played by Katey Sagal, a blue-collar legal advocate without a law degree. She's funny, messy, brilliant, and a fearless woman who cares desperately about the causes she fights for and the people she loves. When Rebel applies herself to a fight she believes in, she will win at almost any cost. Vernoff wrote the script and will executive produce the drama alongside her husband and partner at Trip to Light, Alexander Schmidt, via their overall deal with ABC Studios. John Davis and John Fox of Davis Entertainment will also executive produce via their Sony Pictures television-based company. Erin Brockovich is also attached as an executive producer. The pilot order arrives some two decades after the Steven Soderbergh film and the Susan Grant feature by the same name, Erin Brockovich, starring Julia Roberts, which also gave her an Oscar. In other news, The Power has also cast Eddie Marsan, and he will be joining the Amazon thriller, which is a drama series. Ray Donovan's Eddie Marson is set as a series regular opposite Leslie Mann in a show called The Power, Amazon's 10-episode global thriller drama series based on Naomi Alderman's feminist sci-fi book from Jane Featherstone's sister, who is from Sharon, who worked on the Sharon Noble TV show. Reed Morano from The Handmaid's Tale is directing and executive producing. The Power will premiere worldwide on Amazon Prime Video in over 200 countries and territories. It is adapted for the screen by Alderman. In Power, all teenage girls in the world develop the power to electrocute people at will. It's hereditary, it's inbuilt, and it can't be taken away from them. Coming alive to the thrill of pure power, the ability to hurt or even kill by releasing electrical jolts from their fingertips. They rapidly learn that they can awaken the power in older women. Soon enough, nearly every woman in the world can do it, and then everything is very different. Now we turn our attention to streaming news, or more streaming news. For fans of Altered Carbon, the Netflix sci-fi series, Season 2 has finally sets its release date for February 27th. The ambitious sci-fi series Altered Carbon will return next month when Netflix releases 8 episodes of its Season 2 storyline. The second season of the Future Tale stars Anthony Mackie, Renee Ellis Goldberry, Layla Lauren, Simon Missick, Chris Connor, Dina Shahabi, and Torin Leipert. Will Young Lee and James Sato will guest star. The series is based on Richard K. Morgan's classic sci-fi novels. Altered Carbon is also produced by Skydance Television. Allison Sculptor, Leda Kalo-Gridis, and James Middleton, Rose Liam, Bradley Fisher, James Vanderbilt, Mike Mondolfi, and Arnold W. Messer serve as executive producers for the series alongside David Ellison, Dana Goldberg, and Marcy Ross for Skydance. So if you're a fan of the show, Season 2 will be out February 27th. Phoebe Waller-Bridge launches a production company called House Wells Street Films. She's one of the hottest properties in Hollywood these days and realizes a lifelong ambition by setting up her own production company to house her Amazon projects and even more. It was reported this week that WallerBridge, who has dominated award season with marquee Emmy, Golden Globe, and SAG wins for Fleabag, is launching the London-based TV and film company, actually shortened to Well Street Films, and she has already hired two collaborators to staff the outfit. Jenny Robbins, who worked as a story producer on Season 2 of Fleabag and Season 1 of Killing Eve, will become Well Street's head of television and film. Robbins is also an executive producer alongside WallerBridge on Run, HBO's romantic comedy thriller starring Merritt Wever and Domhnall Hall Gleeson. So look for more projects by Phoebe Waller-Bridge with her own production company this year. And now we turn our attention to gaming news. There's some great news coming out about an indie game strictly on the Switch, and it was announced this week. Indie co-op gem Knights and Bikers rides onto the Switch next month. Publisher Double Fine is bringing the Studio Form Swords cel-shaded co-op delight Knights and Bikes to the Switch on February 6th. In preparation, the devs have released a Switch-specific trailer showing off the colorful hand-painted art style, and you can view that on YouTube right now. They were quoted as saying, strictly speaking, Knights and Bikes offers great fun in both single-player and co-op modes, but there's a reason we named it one of the best co-op games to play with a friend, as quoted by sources. In Knights and Bikes, you're joined by your adorable pet goose. No, it's not that goose. And a trusted comrade to cycle along the coast of the fictional British Isle of Penfurzy in search of lost treasure. Armed with frisbees, water balloons, video game controllers, the powerful beats of an amplified boombox and more, Nessa and Demelza are ready for whatever troubles, real or imaginary, come their way, and this is coming from their official press release. Also, it states that it's a testament to the game's heartwarming story that Knights and Bikes is set to be adapted to a television series by Tiger Aspect Productions. It's a Goonies-inspired coming-of-age adventure made by X-Medium Molecule devs, including Tearaway creative lead Mo Yu, Tearaway designer Rex Kroll, and Little Big Planet audio lead Kenny Young. It's no surprise that Knights and Bikes is a delightfully charming romp with as much heart as quirky charm. So not only will you get to play the game, but look forward to a Goonies-style coming-of-age television series. In other gaming news, we turn our attention to Apex Legends Season 4. More information is coming out about what to expect in Season 4, which will be coming out in February. In fact, it will all start on February 4th. So here's all the details and what you need to know, including their new legend character, Forge. Season 4 of Apex Legends, which is called A Simulation, starts February 4th. It's dropping a brand new character, a new weapon, and a revamped ranking system. Finality enough, the newest character is not Revenant, the character who was leaked a while ago that had a little cameo in last year's Halloween event. Respawn pulled a fast one on everybody by revealing Forge as the latest legend. And here is a brief summary of Forge before we delve into everything. Here's what you can expect. Imagine David Bautista with an undercut. The man is an absolute unit. Here is the new weapon that you get to look forward to for those who play Apex Legends. Meet the Sentinel. There's not much details on the newest weapon, but we do know it's a bolt-action sniper rifle. That means it'll be slower than other snipers in the game, but likely pack the most powerful punch. It also looks like the Sentinel will have a firing mode that you can change up, which will put you in line of fire, but will pay off immensely if you make the shot. No risk, no reward. Here's a little bit about Apex Legends Season 4's Ranked Mode. Apex Legends Ranked Mode is getting a revamp with ranked play divided up into two periods. The first of which starts on February 4th, halfway through Season 4. The first period will end, resetting your progress so you can head into the second half completely refreshed. But here's the biggest takeaway from the split ranked season. Each period will take place on different maps. The first ranked mini-season takes place on World's Edge, while the second brings you back to King's Canyon. Your rank at the end of Season 4 will be determined by the highest rank you can earn in either split. There is also an Apex Legends anniversary event coming up. To celebrate the game's first birthday, Respawn will be dueling out some goodies, including a paper crane gun charm and a new badge that will differ ever so slightly based on when you started dropping into the game. You can also enjoy a limited time XP boost and a few other rewards that the developers have yet to reveal. All in all, there's a lot to look forward to with Apex Legends rings in its first year and, of course, its first anniversary. Season 4 will be out on February 4th, and you can catch all the excitement. So if you enjoy playing the game, time to get on your drop ship February 4th. That is pretty much what's happening in entertainment and gaming news for this Friday. But we wanted to pose yet another great discussion question, and this one is a little bit related to the news that we got about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which is sad and one of the most anticipated series that Star Wars fans was looking forward to. But with this happening and with the success of The Mandalorian, I think it's only right that we ask the question, what do we want to see next with Disney Plus and Lucasfilm? Not movies, but actual in terms of series. Personally, I thought it was a great coup to actually do an Obi-Wan Kenobi series instead of trying to do a standalone film, because you had the opportunity to tell more stories about Obi-Wan Kenobi and his time on Tatooine in between Episode 3 and Episode 4. But with such a large universe for Star Wars, and with it already being announced that the next set of movies will be going 400 years back to what they call the High Old Republic, What else can we do? What else would we love to see in terms of a series? It also lends into another question that we've constantly been asking ourselves here at That Nerd Show ever since we saw the rise of Skywalker. Is it time for us to quit making Star Wars movies and actually go to more episodic series like The Mandalorian? The Mandalorian feels like a long movie if you watch it back to back, or you can do it in short spurts with these 45-minute episodes. What else can we do? Is it time that we finally go back to the Knights of the Old Republic and really explore those stories? Aren't there more Jedi Knight heroes that we can delve into that have only been mentioned in canon? How about a Darth Plagueis series? Don't we really want to finally get to the actual story of Darth Plagueis and what happened to him, his rise to power? And of course, there's also the big question about, will we ever get to see Darth Revan on the big screen? If you're like us, you're probably secretly hoping that Keanu Reeves will play a Darth Revan character on the big screen or a Disney Plus series. But I think it's interesting to ask that question of where we go now. What should we do? Especially if it may be 2 or 3 years before we ever get an Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which we definitely deserve as Star Wars fans. Ewan McGregor should definitely be able to come back and play that role. He was one of the better parts of the prequels. And yes, we definitely have to look forward to, with season 2 of The Mandalorian. But what else is out there? What else can we tell? It has been rumored that there is an animated Luke Skywalker series in development that will help tell the story of Luke Skywalker after Return of the Jedi, with Mark Hamill voicing the character. We are getting the last season of the Clone Wars later this year. But what else can we tell? Well, we finally know the fates of Ezra Bridger and Ahsoka Tano after the end of Rebels. Are there more stories to tell with their characters? But we would love to hear from you. What do you think Disney Plus and Lucasfilm should do next? Besides season 2 of The Mandalorian, which we already know that we're going to get. What can Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau bring us next? We'd love to know your answers. Tweet us out at our Twitter account at That Nerd Show. Thank you for watching. This has been your Daily Nerd News for Friday, January 24th, 2020. I'm Marcus Blake. Until the next time, goodbye.